Today is 699 days that I'm here to share lessons I'm learning. I hope those lessons support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Today I speak about rules of life. Again, yesterday I was sharing about what kind of rules you don't want to live by. And today I will share what kind of rules of life you want to live by. Now, every single person have different rules, and they need to create different rules. Because a lot of times people live their lives based on someone else's rules. And that's why they're asking, like, why I feel not fulfilled? Why I don't feel fulfilled? Why I don't feel joyful? And that is a lot of times that because we accept other people's rules of life, boundaries, standards of other people. But we are not other people. We are our own individuals, unique individuals that we have our set rules. And if you don't create your own rules, you will live by someone else's rules. If you do not create your own rules, you will live by someone else's rules. So let's work on, I will share today 20 rules that is very essential that you live by. And I think that some rules are very subjective, some rules are personal, and some rules are like general, like every single person is supposed to implement. So today those rules are more than general rules that every single person is supposed to implement to really live a joyful life. But now you, of course, when you understand at least you have a foundational rules, then you're able to ask, okay, what kind of rules I want to set for myself, for my life, for my relationships, for every area of my life, that I have rules. That if someone is doing something that is not aligning with your rules, they said, I have boundaries. This is my rules. And being okay that if somebody will not like your rules, and that's okay. Because Allah is saying that if you are a friend of everybody, that means you're enemy of yourself. And if you do not have rules, a lot of times you want to please other people, and that's of course what will hurt. You will be enemy to yourself. So it's very, very important to create rules that you're able to live by and be joyful. So let us get started because we have 20 of those. So number one is be true to yourself. That means that you need to really, that's a rule, be true to yourself. That means that when you act and think about yourself a lot of times. Not what other people will think about you, but what you will think about you. Because a lot of times people don't really ask the question, what you will think about yourself. What I will think about me when I will say that, when I will do that. Because as I said, it's a lot of times when people do for others, they do something against themselves. Number two is prioritize health. That is very important. A lot of times people think that health is health. No, health is wealth. Health is transferring to all areas of your life, because if you're healthy, you have energy, you're able to pursue everything else. So prioritizing health is essential, not just for your only health, because when you allocate your time and energy to health, it impacts multiple areas of your life at the same time. So that is the rule, prioritize your health. Third rule is continuous learning. Did you build that rule? That it's a rule of life, continuous learning. That means that every single day you put 10, 15 minutes and half an hour, maybe an hour, or maybe 2 hours if you want to be extraordinary in some kind of skill. So how much do you put into continuous learning? Of course, some people just by default learn things, but you have much more slower. But when you are intentional about continuous learning, and it's a rule to learn something every single day, of course, you will move much faster. Number four is practice gratitude. I believe this is one of the most essential rules of life. Practice gratitude. Be grateful. Appreciate things that you have, and those things that you have will increase. Because what you appreciate appreciates. If you're grateful for what you have, you'll have more of it. If you're not grateful, you will lose what you have. I truly believe that when you are grateful and appreciative of what you have, you get more of it. Now, number five is build stronger relationships. Build stronger relationships. Now, of course, it's important to take care of yourself, but at the same time, you build a rule that you are intentional about creating network, about building relationships. Because if you're not intentional, you will have not intentional results. Like, I truly believe that everything in life that you care about, that you want to nurture and really grow, you need to make sure that you invest time, intentional time. So building relationships is a rule that you need to set by, and then means that when you create that rule, you're able to create how much time do you allocate to building relationships. Number six is be kind and compassionate. That's the rule. So that means when you meet people that potentially could be not kind to you, you're able to be kind and compassionate, because most negative people are negative because their life is negative. They are hurting. So that means you are not bad and negative towards them, but you understand that they need compassion, they need kindness because they are hurting. When you're able to be as compassionate and realize that there is a lot of people who are hurting, and you're able to walk away from people who are not deserving your time, because I think that the best way to do and deal with people who are hurting and they're very negative and pessimistic, just walking away sometimes is much better than really trying to prove something, because you invest energy that doesn't bring any return to you. So be kind and compassionate. Number 7 is set goals. So that means when you live life, when you take actions, those actions need to align with goals. So that means you need to set those goals first if you want to take actions that align with goals. So this needs to be a rule. So you need to be able to reflect and say like, okay, I took today 10 actions or 5 actions or whatever kind of actions, and say like, what goal those actions belong to. That's the interesting thing. Look into your actions today that you took and what goals they align to. And you will realize that a lot of times, maybe some actions doesn't align with any goals. Maybe just go in the short-term goal, but nothing aligns with long-term vision, long-term goal. Because I found it. That's what I was guilty 100% of that. Because I looked into my actions and they didn't align with my long-term vision, and I needed to change that. So that means it's very important to set goals, and then rules is taking actions based on those goals. Number 8 is embrace resilience. So that means every single day, it could be that something that you don't like, that you don't feel like it, that challenges, setbacks, disappointments. And you need to say that, okay, I embrace today resilience. My rule of life is embrace resilience. So you need to ask yourself, how often do you embrace resilience? How often do you give up on a daily basis? Because every single day you're able to give up on some kind of action. Because it's not that people give up on some big goal, but most time they give up silently. They don't say that I give up, but actions that you take on a daily basis shows are you giving up or not. Because every single day you need to show up. And most likely people do not achieve their goals because they give up silently without taking actions, because not taking action is giving up on that action. So it's very important to embrace resilience on a daily basis. Number 9 is live in the present. Live in the present. Be mindful. Live present moment. It's very important to live a rule, to have a rule of live in the present. When you're at work, you be 100% at work. When you're on vacation, you be 100% on vacation. Because so many times people are on vacation, but they're thinking about work. Now, people at work, they think about vacation, and they're not able to be present. Sometimes people have anxiety because they think about the past, and or some bad feelings because they think about the past. They have anxiety because they think about the future. So they're not able to be present. And of course, when you're not able to be present, there's a lot of negative emotions coming towards you or me. So that means it's very important to live in the present, because all those bad negative emotions could walk away and disappear. Number 10 is give back. This is essential. So you have a rule to give back. So how often do you give? Money, time, energy, your thoughts, your ideas. There's a lot of different ways to give back, not just money. If you don't have money, give back ideas, energy. If you have money, give money. And find the causes that you want to give back. There's a lot of people who gave you and helped you. So help them and help other people as well. Give back. You don't need to give back to exactly the same person. You're able to move that direction, because I truly believe that you need to give 100% without expecting anything in return. So when you give to one person, just believe that the universe will bring back tenfold from some other people. I'm a huge believer that when I give 100% without anything in return, without expecting anything in return. And I was blessed, I truly believe, because of that. I had so many blessings in my life where people helped me out, because I truly believe that I'm very grateful for what they have helped me with, and at the same time, I'm giving back to other people who need help as well. Number 11 is manage finances wisely. So it's a rule of life. Rule of life is manage finances wisely. So that means that you have some routines in place that to manage your finances, budgets in place, income goals. Like, how do you manage your finances? Do you have some budget in place? Do you have some time allocated to learn about finances? And those are the rules to really make sure that because finances are essential to live a meaningful life, because you want to take care of your family. I want to take care of my family, and the majority of people want to take care of their family, and of course, managing finance is essential for that. Number 12 is seek balance. Now, seek balance in seasons. So every single season of life requires different balance. In the last 12 years, I lived in 9 different cities, and I know that there was different seasons, and different seasons require different balance. But I think that the balance is how do you feel all right, and how much you're able to sustain that balance. Like how much you allocate to work, how much you allocate to business, how much you allocate to friends, how much you allocate to relationships. Because you need to take a balance for that season. It might be that one season you work so hard, 80 hours a week on the business, and the other season you will invest a lot of time to your family. I'm a huge believer in balance change. In balance change based on season, what season you're in. So that means you ask, what kind of season of life I am, and then to design the balance that you want to live by next year, next 2. Depends on every season could be shorter or longer. Number 13 is embrace change. Embrace change. So that's supposed to be a rule of life. So when you are living, so if for 3 months, 6 months, the exact same way, you need to say that I need to embrace change. And where is the change that I may embrace? Maybe health, maybe finances, maybe relationships, like maybe career. Like you need to ask like which area of my life I'm able to change, because you don't need to change everything in one spot, but you're able to embrace change in one area at a time. I truly believe that sometimes it's even better to embrace one, and you're able to look into how changing this area of my life impacts other areas of my life. Because sometimes changing one area of life impacts all areas of your life as well. So embracing change is one of the rules as well, important rules. Number 14 is forgive and let go. Forgive and let go. That's the essential rules of life. Because when you forgive, what happens? You let yourself go. Because when you don't forgive, you have that grudge, and that grudge is eating you alive. It's eating me alive. I think that grudge is one of the things that's eating people alive. Because I love the saying that not forgiving is like eating poison, drinking poison, and thinking that other person will be impacted because of that. No, only you are impacted by drinking poison. That's why we need to forgive and let go. Number 15 is stay curious. That is the rule. Every single day you need to ask multiple why. Why? Why did it happen? Why I need to do this? Why did this? Why did it happen this? How did it happen? It's like what needs to be done? Like so many questions that you need to ask, open-ended questions a lot of times, and really learn stories about things that you could learn new things every single day. So that means you need to be a child every single day. Ask questions like a child on multiple things. It's okay to ask questions, because I learned that the most people who ask the most, they are the smartest. Maybe not today, but tomorrow they'll be the smartest in the room, because they ask questions and they're not afraid to be dumb for one day, because they know that tomorrow will be much more smarter. Number 16 is practice patience. Practice patience. Patience is one of the most important things when you really want to pursue something important in your life, because you need to have patience. I really love saying that you need to be aggressive with your actions, but patient with your results. Aggressive with your actions, but patient with your results. So are you aggressive with your actions and then waiting for results patiently? Because results will show up when you take action aggressively, when you take action and do massive action in the things that you want to do. Number 17 is stay humble. It's a rule of life. So that means when you say something about yourself, about others, you need to ask yourself, do I follow my rule of stay humble? And sometimes you'll find that you said something that is not humble. I made a lot of times mistakes. I used to have a tendency to overspeak about myself. And I needed to learn to shut my mouth and really speak about other people. Because not being humble, sometimes you learn from other people. Because I had a lot of friends who speak about themselves a lot, and I learned to share too much about myself. And I didn't seem that I'm too humble at all. And I didn't like myself because of that. So I needed to learn and live a rule of life by stay humble. Because humbleness is one of the most attractive traits, at least for me. I know that person who is very, very smart, but they are humbly speaking about themselves. It's a very, very attractive trait. Number 18 is limit negativity. It's a rule of life. So limit negativity in what ways? You don't watch news. You don't watch all the bad stuff that is negative. You don't surround yourself with negative people. Just walk away. Because when you think about where is negativity coming to you and ask how I could limit that, I know that some negativity is very hard to limit, very, very hard. But be able to counter that negativity. For example, if you have spending time half an hour with something that is very, very negative, maybe next half an hour you're able to put some audio seminar or really puts a lot of positive ideas, reading a book for half an hour. So if you're not able to limit that negativity, maybe you're able to counter limit that negativity. But some negativity you're able to just walk away and really take away that negativity altogether. Number 19 is celebrate small wins. I am a huge believer this is one of the essential rules of life. Celebrate small wins. A lot of times when we start something new skill, we suck. We are terrible. And it's very hard to start because some people, there's much more, like they are in 100 steps, 1,000 steps, but now you are starting at 1 step. And it seems daunting. It looks terrible. Like how you will be able to reach the 1,000 steps. But when we are able to celebrate small wins, now we move from first step to second step to third step, and we are celebrating that every single step. Be proud of yourselves, and it's much easier to achieve that 1,000 steps in the long run. And you know that you will be able to achieve it because you're celebrating those small wins. Because if you don't celebrate those small wins, what happens? People say, maybe this is not for me. I have seen so many times. I had even myself that when I stopped celebrating my wins, that I started questioning, maybe this is not for me. And I catch myself. It's like, what happens? What I didn't do in the last week to make sure that I don't have those thoughts. And I realized that I didn't celebrate small wins. Because that is essential. That celebrating small wins brings so much energy that you're able to pursue the skill that you want to build. Essential. I could not stop saying that how essential it is to celebrate small wins. Because people think, okay, I need to learn what I did wrong, that I could improve. But they don't focus on small wins. Small wins, celebrate small wins, at least at the beginning, is essential thing. When you get established and you have really decent skill, you become like a very high skill level, then you need to more focus on really the small aspects of improving skill. But at the beginning, you just need to celebrate small wins to improve on a daily basis. And the last one, find meaning. This is a very important rule of life as well. Find meaning. Find meaning in everything what you do. Because everything what you do, you're able to find meaning. So that means that it doesn't matter what you do, you're able to find a meaning. That means that sometimes you're not able to change your situation. So you need to find a meaning, what you're able to learn from that experience. So that means you need to work the job that you do, that you hate, for the next 6 months. You will not be able to change for the next 6 months. So now ask yourself, what you're able to do, what you're able to learn, what you're able to change, to improve, on what you're able to take out of this experience of those 6 months. Because I promise you, if you dig deep, you will find something that you will find a meaning about it. Maybe you will build resilience, maybe perseverance, maybe you will be able to build a skill set, maybe you will find something else that you're able to learn in those 6 months while waiting for that day when you'll be able to move something else. Because I know that some things in life needs to be dated. Some things that you're not able to change immediately. I know that. I experienced a lot of times. I need to wait. And I used to sometimes wait for 3 months, not do anything, and after that feel bad about myself because I waited for 3 months. But you're able to find meaning of those 3 months while waiting and really take action today. So when you move into something, you're already ready. You build something up to that change. So find meaning in everything what you do is one of the essential rules as well, to take action no matter where you're at in your life. Very essential. So today I shared 20 rules that every single person is supposed to live by to really live a much more meaningful life. I know that, as I said, there's much more rules and everyone has different rules, but this is a very good foundational rules to live by. And it is one thing that I understand that those rules need to be developed. So that means sometimes you follow to the T and sometimes you don't follow enough and you follow like once in a while. So we want to get better, learn how to implement those and live those rules day by day, every single day. Because when you live those rules every single day, so you will attract success, financial, emotional, wealth, health, and all other areas of life will get improved when you really follow the good rules, not the bad rules. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.